Pakistan continues to violate ceasefire on the international border. Times Now brings you a report from Ground Zero. Our senior news editor Pradeep Datta reached the Pura sector during an ongoing heavy shelling from Pakistan's side. Pakistani troops continued heavy shelling and civilians have bore the brunt. Almost all of the Pura sector had to be evacuated following heavy firing. Let's take a look at the ground report sent by our senior editor Pradeep Datta.
Heavy shelling from Pakistan side is still continuing in the Pura sector. Right now I am inside in one of the forward posts. This concrete bunker is the only safest place where from we can prevent ourselves from the killer shells being fired from across the border. Otherwise it's an open area, it's very difficult to move. Most of the people have already fled to the safer places. For the last 24 hours, Pakistan is continuously pounding shells. There is hardly any sector left where they have not fired and targeted civilian areas, right from Akhlur, Pura, Samba, Ramgarh. Even line of control is right now very hot. They are trying to escalate situation. There are inputs that most of the border outposts have been occupied by Pakistan Army, and Rangers have right now taken the back seat. Unfortunate thing is that they are continuously targeting civilian areas and they're pounding shells. And this Pura sector where right now I am, this is the most vulnerable sector. This has in fact had heavy losses during the last 36 hours. 3 people have lost their lives and more than 24 have been injured. This is normally, right now this normally village is brimming with activities. Right now this village is completely deserted. You can hardly find any soul outside in this area. There is a heavy shelling going on. See, right now also, there's a heavy explosion from there using heavy caliber weaponry like 62 and 82 mortar shells are being fired. And see, this is the only safest place, because this bunker is the only safer place where from we can prevent ourselves from shells. They are trying in fact to infiltrate terrorists. Yesterday one infiltration attempt was filed where a group of about 4 Jaish-e-Mohammed terrorists, they were trying to sneak into this side of the border. Pakistan is in fact trying to push in terrorists ahead of Republic Day celebration so that they can destabilize peace in this region. 2 infiltration attempts, one near the Chakada Bagh and another along the international border here in Pura sector has been filed. Basically they are trying to engage troops. They are trying to engage troops so that they can divert their attention and push in terrorists into this side of the border. There are about 100 terrorists at several launch pads waiting to, in fact, looking for an opportune moment to sneak into this side of the border. So far, alert BSF personnel have foiled all their nefarious design. Heavy shelling is continuing and BSF is giving them a befitting reply to silence Pakistani guns. Pakistanis are targeting villages, more than 50 villages right from Ramgarh, Pura and Kalachak area of Akhlur sector have been targeted.
Pradeep Datta, our senior news editor, joining us live. Pradeep, for the past 2 days, you have been risking yourself to get to our viewers the actual situation on the ground, to expose how Pakistan has now been targeting civilians. Over the past 2 days, we have been seeing almost 5 sectors being gravely affected. What really is the situation on the ground? It seems that Pakistan is absolutely rattled. They have been snubbed by the United States, they have been snubbed by Israel, and clearly they want to now hamper the peace ahead of the Republic Day celebration in India as well.
Yes, you are absolutely right. Pakistan seems to be quite rattled after being cornered, named and shamed on the global platform, and that is one of the reasons that all of a sudden there has been unprovoked ceasefire violation. During the last 24 hours, there has been 10 ceasefire violations right from the Akhlur, Ramgarh, Samba, Pura and several areas along the line of control. More than 5 people have lost their life, which included 1 army personnel and 1 BSF personnel, and more than 30 villages have been injured. And that is the unfortunate thing. That shows that the cowardice from the Pakistan Army side, that they are showing least respect for the humanitarian norms, and they are also violating all international norms. Even during the wartime, they have not to target the civilians, but here they have trained their barrels of their guns towards the civilian areas. More than 50 villages have been targeted, and this is one of the reasons that most of the places people have to move towards the safer places. Right now also the heavy shelling from Pakistan side is continuing, and they are pounding, in fact, heavy caliber weaponry, the weaponry which is normally used during wartime, but they are just trying to target civilian areas with these shells.